The following podcast contains strong language, may contain sensitive topics, personal opinions, and satirical comedic elements. Viewer discretion is advised.
This episode contains mention of mental health crisis, self-harm, and suicide. Viewer discretion is advised.
Man, the case. I heard gays. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, all I was saying was I like Legal Eagles videos. It's just that sometimes I don't care about the case he is going over, not the gays.
Yes, I would agree with that. I would agree. I don't care about all the cases.
Yeah, it's like watching Code Blue Cam and shit like that. Like, I don't know, that's a little bit different. Most of the ones they put on there are pretty interesting and keep your attention because it's just
same with CoffeeZilla.
CoffeeZilla, I definitely don't do that because his shit is just boring to me. Like he's got a really great investigative brain.
Yeah.
And obviously he's done a lot for people. But I also just kind of look at it from the perspective of I don't understand half of the shit he's saying because I'm not financially intelligent enough to understand this. So I don't care.
Okay, so you can't watch them because you're dumb. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. In layman's terms, yes. Yes.
You don't got the Rick and Morty IQ to watch him.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, what you're shaking over there, bro? What is that?
The usual time it.
Oh, goth animated titty milk or whatever it's called.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh yeah.
And on that note, welcome back to the Internet Bump Show. It's part 2 of 2, Mental Health Awareness Month. Today, I'm joined by Jake, Mike, and return guest Thorn. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Doing pretty good.
Fantastic.
Good. Thorn, we missed you in the last special. It was a bit of a tearjerker.
Oh, I've heard. That's the word on the block.
Yeah.
Yeah, what made me jerk tears was being bored, so I left.
Jake did leave. He did leave about 85% of the way through the episode.
Yeah.
But I think you said you had to hop up and leave or some shit.
I had to dip. It wasn't that I wasn't interested. I was definitely I was like, God damn, this episode's been going on forever. I gotta dip.
Understandable.
Yeah. But yeah, we're here. No Tiki this time. She's feeling under the weather, and so is AJ. But that just means less people to answer questions and shit. So if you guys want, we can just dive right in. Everyone seems to be in good spirits, all things considering, though I feel like if you were still crying about something that happened 2 weeks ago, then, shame on you, I guess.
Hey man, sometimes,
whatever it is, you can get over it in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Your mom dies, fucking get over that shit. It's been 2 weeks.
Okay. That's an opinion.
Yeah. What is this, the 100th time I've been canceled on the show?
101
so the main focus this evening is anger, pain, and impulse. We kind of touched on them a bit in the last episode, but it was more focused on raw anxiety and depression and shit.
Right.
And those two focuses are where it typically seems to gravitate in the kind of specials that we do for this month. So I want to delve a little bit deeper on a few more specific aspects of mental health with this one. So jumping right in, instead of 10 questions, I got 12 this time because I don't have some depressing bullshit story from another person's life this time. Each of the 3 categories has 4 questions. We'll start with anger. First question. Detail the last thing that made you angry and how you dealt with that.
Gracias. That was fucking hot.
That made him angry.
Yeah, seems to be.
That didn't make me angry. It was just hot. Can you like? What the fuck was that?
A cum rag on your bed.
Are one of you going to start?
I'm still thinking. Comment on your
okay.
cum rag.
Thorn is like one of the angriest people I've ever met, so I think he should go first.
That's crazy.
Damn, Thorn, why are you so angry all the time, bro?
I'm pretty good at not being angry. I think. I mean, I have had issues with anger a lot in the past, but I'm generally pretty laid back for that reason. I think a lot of things aren't worth getting a rise out of you. Because I've struggled a lot with anger in the past, I think I'm a lot better at managing situations now without like getting emotionally abrupt. Because like I don't think I've ever gotten like super angry and looked back and been like, oh, thank God I got angry. You know?
Hey, listen to that Oasis song.
I have no idea what that is.
Don't Look Back in Anger. It's like one of their most popular songs.
No, the only
Oh, they're
Oasis
right.
song. There's only one Oasis song everybody knows, and I don't even remember the name of it. Wonderwall.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was about to say Wonderwall.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I mean, I think anger is something that everyone obviously experiences, and like that, I think that depends on the person and what volume they feel the anger. That's why people get diagnosed with different things. It's a lot of different emotions. So, I mean, I think a lot of just growing up is learning to manage our anger better and focus more on finding the solution to what's causing the anger rather than just letting the anger control our actions.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing, and that's the hardest thing about anger is that hard to do that. Just having that influx of emotion gives you that like huge impulse to just do whatever it is that you would do if you weren't really about doing it. If that makes sense. Yeah, something you wouldn't usually think about doing, but you're pretty amped up and you got all types of chemical processes taking place in your body,
Mm-hmm.
making you feel a bit primal.
Mhm.
And then there's like day to day anger where you're just like, no shade to my sister. My sister is a very wonderful person. 10 out of 10, trust her, all the in between. But she's a very angry person. Like when she drives, I'm sure you guys probably know people similar. When they drive, they are angry. They can't drive and enjoy the drive. They are gonna find something to be pissed off about with the people around them. And I think that even just like I think that day to day anger is a lot of what goes on in society that keeps people from treating people worth a damn. I think that bad to approach to any situation with that like mindset going into it, because that's how it starts in the first place, is just already having a negative attitude. Yeah, there's plenty of things that could piss you off. It's kind of up to you if it's actually going to piss you off.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I would say that covers it. And that question along that was like, what was the last thing I got angry about, and what did I do about it?
Yeah, basically.
Trying to think. I'd say the last thing I got angry about was I was at the grocery store and someone had abandoned a kitten on like the sidewalk there. And I just felt really bad for it. It pissed me off to like know that somebody had abandoned that kitten and just left it there.
That is pretty fucked.
Yeah. And so the thing that I did about it was I just took it to my sister's because she has a barn cat that just had, given birth to kittens, and checked to see if she'd accept it, and she did. So That kitten is happily chilling with a new mama now.
Hell
Oh.
yeah, you saved the cat's life.
Had a
Good
happy
on
ending.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have bottle fed it if I had to, but I really didn't want to.
Fair enough.
It's nice that there's a cat conveniently willing to take care of it, but that covers it for me.
Word. Mike, Jake, what was the last thing that made y'all angry and what'd you do about it?
I don't know. What did you do, Michael?
Okay, I'll go then. Yeah. For me, it's not anything often that I would say I truly get angry at. Frustrated, yes. Like angry, no. Because it's just like you said about our Thorn. Just about. I realized I added Tiki when I started the thing other than Thorn in the chat. My brain's on a different thing. Let me fix that real quick. Oh,
You're good.
Oh, you're good. She's already awake. She messaged
Yeah.
me and was grateful that Thorn could make it because she couldn't.
I'm Thorn it instead of Tiki because I realized I put the wrong one. Yeah, what you were mentioning, Thorn, though, is about like managing the anger and everything. It becomes more about that. That's
Right.
the biggest thing for me is I feel like I've hit the point in my life where I've managed it enough. I don't know if I really did even when I was younger, but like I just I get frustrated at things, yes, like in general, but anger, not really. The last thing I can remember getting angry at is like driving my car and somebody pulling in front of me and just like swearing at them because of it's something that's putting my life in danger / car, property, whatever else. Like I get frustrated a bit at like one of my students, which was a bit more like it just felt like they weren't listening to me whatsoever when I was trying to explain stuff for them for their benefit. So there's like frustration there, but like actual anger really is just in the car because it's like realizing with the frustrations of like the student, I'm like something out of their control. That's why I'm there to help them because they're not able to work through stuff themselves, and that's why they're having this confusion with all the work. So it's like managing and realizing these things that are causing it. Versus in the car where I'm like, I can't do anything with this person, and they're just doing something stupid and causing problems for everyone else. Where I'm just like, what is absolutely wrong with you? And then, but also realizing I have to like just calm myself down, just focus on something else, music, whatever it may be, in the car, so that I can just keep going without causing any more danger to anyone else because I'm frustrated and everything else.
Right.
So yeah, just managing it ends up being the big thing of like something else to focus on when it's really a peak, and then kind of when it's a frustration that's a higher amount, just thinking what is just causing this? What is there more to it? Because yes, it may be because of somebody else, but you don't know their full circumstance, and if you do, you might just like not be realizing it in the moment. So
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My takeaway from Mike's answer was he chooses not to road rage.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, pretty much.
Always wiser not to. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a lot of people that were getting shot for road raging where I was living at not too long ago.
Jesus, yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about all that
Yeah.
stuff with the U.S. in a few
Like,
places.
Yeah, you keep that type of stuff in mind. It's like, yeah, this isn't worth,
No,
getting that mad about.
not worth your life.
Not at all. Because that's the thing you're mad about in the first place is losing your life, and then you realize if you go talking too crazy to people, it might just be more in danger.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, I get that. All right, Christian, your turn.
The last thing that I got angry about and what I did about it. It's just annoying because now, quality shit's gonna get worse and everybody's job's gonna get harder. But basically, I got mad about that and decided to do nothing about it because that was healthier than doing something about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that is definitely what happens with a lot of things that can piss people off.
Yeah.
You're being reasonable.
I appreciate you saying that.
Hell yeah, you're welcome.
And I guess a lot of time it also depends on what you're thinking doing about it. Because sometimes you can't do what's the better option of it, and then the other doing something about it is very negative. Where the doing nothing is just a better choice than that.
Right. That's what you'll
Yeah.
encounter a lot on your day to day. Now, not to say there aren't situations where you'll benefit from acting on getting pissed off. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, there's there's different life situations. Like if you're someone who's getting beat by their partner and it's pissing you off and you're not doing anything about it, I mean, it should piss you off at least enough to run away, get away from them, call the cops on them, something like that, right?
Yeah, but that becomes that's a whole fucking.
It's a whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Very
I know those
unfortunate.
situations are not easy.
Yeah.
All right, Jake. You stalled long enough. What's your answer?
This is an example from yesterday, man. We were at a bar and old girl over here, you know, there's one dude with us. He's just kind of a piece of shit. And you know, I don't really pay him no mind most of the time. I was minding my own fucking business and hanging out with a good friend of mine that I hadn't seen in like, 10 years. And we had a couple other people that I'm friends with that I'm cool with that were there. And go to close out our tabs. And old buddy is talking to old girl over here. And he's like, "What, you weigh like 140?" And she like made this face, kind of like, "Oh, thanks." And then he goes and says something like, "Yeah, but like I bet 20 pounds that's all titties, huh?" And I look at him, I was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna tell you this one time. If you say some disrespectful shit like that again, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out." And he goes, "I should probably go home, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
You make him sound like a fucking Family Guy character doing
That's
this
what
shit.
he is, bro. He's a fucking Family Guy character. He's a fucking goober, bro. That dude pissed me the fuck. I was just about to beat his fucking ass off principle at that point. I was like, you know what, bro? I shouldn't even give you another chance, bro. I should just beat the fuck out of you here. But my thing is,
I got some place you can go and stay. You can go to the fucking hospital.
Yeah, right. Hey, actually, you know what? Don't even worry about going home. For real? Yeah, I got a better place, and just fucking kick him down a set of stairs. I don't know. It was either that or somebody trying to break into my apartment last week. Both of those things really pissed me off. Like really pissed me
Well, I
off.
mean, the latter should push you or piss you off. You're fucking home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Question number 2. When you get angry, what is your most common response to the cause?
To choke people to death with my bare hands. Yeah. My bare hands.
You have bare hands?
Yeah.
I was about to look up and just expect to see some fucking fake ass bear claws and shit.
I wish I was like with prop humor, dude. That'd be funny as fuck. No.
Have it on hand.
I don't even have my pistols at my desk right now to be funny with.
No censoring that again.
Yeah,
fucking doing mental health special, you know. Just fucking.
Oh yeah, this is my bad. Damn.
You know.
Fuck, what was your question that you just asked? I feel like AJ right now.
What was the question again?
I'll re-ask it, but this is already feeling like last year. So last year, Mike and I did that super serious. Last year, Mike and I did that super serious one with the guild, and that was like all nice and wholesome and like reflective and shit. And then the one we did with Yugi was just a lot of shit and fucking goofing off and shit while talking about mental health. And this feels like that. Last one was the super serious one, the tearjerker. Now we're just dicking around.
As Tiki did say about like guys just making fun of mental health stuff instead of the talking about other things.
It's not making fun of mental health. It's a coping mechanism called.
That's what I say. Coping mechanism is what I mean by it. Yeah. Or maybe like this.
Okay. The question was, when you get angry, what is your most common response to the cause?
To the cause?
Yeah, like the cause of what made you angry.
Okay.
Benjamin Netanyahu, blow that bitch up.
Yeah, it kind of depends on like what the thing is going on. Like, dude, again, I've gotten better with kind of like how Thorn was with his anger thing. Like, I've gotten better with my anger because usually I used to just put my pants on people without fucking saying anything. But now, I'm like, as big as I am and as much as I work out, I know that dude last night, had to put my hands on him, I likely would have fucking killed him. Because he's built like a little bitch. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I do need to think. I have like an initial like knee jerk reaction that I have to fight off in those instances because my knee jerk reaction is to beat the fuck out of this dude or to put my hands on them.
Yeah.
Like the road rage incident I got into a while ago. Believe it or not, yeah, if you could ever fucking imagine me getting in a road incident, this fucking asshole decided to start like tailgating me, and we were coming up on a red light, and I was like slowing down, and he zoomed around in front of me and like brake checked me. So I was, all right, bet. So I pulled up next to him and I hopped out my car, and I was like, is this a fucking game to you? Da, 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 whatever. I started walking up to his fucking car. I'm telling him to get the fuck out the car, and his girlfriend's in the past. She's like, just drive. So they fucking hopped the curb and fucked off. And I'm like, nah, man, like you actively about got yourself and your girlfriend fucked up. And I wouldn't have touched her, but like, she would have had to watch her man get his ass beat in the middle of traffic because he tried to like he couldn't wait to get the fucking
and
red
try
light.
to send a message and everything with it too. Like,
Yeah, like,
you're so much better for that.
And then like look at the old buddy. I'm like, dude, like you are not the person that needs to be trying to send a fucking message. I'll kill your chances at being able to send a message ever again when you can't walk.
Yeah,
He'll be doing the same thing, but he'll have like the little fucking thing that people who can't walk have when they drive, where they like blow in the tube to make it go.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
He'll do the same thing, and he'll just do like pity to like make it like you won't beat a man. You won't beat a man that can't walk. He'll just keep doing it. You bet. Put your life on that.
Come on, man.
Imagine road raging with that and like brake checking somebody. They'd look over in your car and they see you just like with the tube like about to go.
Jesus Christ. All right, Mike, Thorn, how do y'all deal with your anger regularly?
You want to go first, Mike, or you want me to take it?
I think I'll just continue from what I was saying before first, then and just think about it really, about why like it's happening first before any reasoning, and then after that, if it is a valid why, then is it worth it right now to be thinking this way? Like again, if I'm in the car versus something else that's more like instantaneous, where maybe some reaction might be needed earlier, but it's like thinking about it first. Is that worth it? Right. Is it? No. Okay. Don't worry about it. Is it worth it then? Yeah. Okay, I can respond. That tends to be what I go to first, just thinking.
So Mike's answer is be an adult and actually consider, what may happen.
Yeah. I'm definitely not as much of an impulsive person, I'd say.
Yeah, unless it comes to kissing dudes.
You're right.
What?
That sounds pretty worth it.
Right.
All right, Thorn.
For me, I mean, it's pretty similar to Mike, but overall, my biggest thing is I need to fix it. Like I do have like a thing for that. Is like if something's making me upset, then I have like a big impulse to make sure that I fix it. Whatever that may mean, you know what I mean? So like, a lot of the time fixing it's just talking with whatever it is, like, or whoever it is that's pissing me off. If it's something that's not even a person, but like, just something with myself that's pissing me off, I'm like, all right, well, how do we fix this so it's not something we have to worry about?
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's someone like, let's, classic life situation, you heard someone's talking shit about you, you want to like get to the bottom of it, yada yada. Like I'm very much the type of person that would just be like, hey dude, why did I hear this? What's going on? Is that what you actually said? Like I'm pretty big on just wanting to get to the root of things. So that I don't have to worry about it, because I think that baggage is stress, and stress is, what kills people.
That's fair, yeah.
So that's about right thing. Just whatever I can do to fix it and make it where it's not something I have to worry about anymore is what I'm likely to go for.
Yeah.
That's the best part about like ad hominem and name calling, bro, is that once you get to the name calling shit, that's how you know someone ran out of like valid arguments and things to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, at that point, you're just like, bro, you're not even fucking saying anything of substance. You're just being a bitch.
You're just expressing that you're not happy with me. That's
basically
not accomplishing anything. I'm aware you're not happy with me.
For real. So I don't really do this as much anymore. I do on occasion if I cannot find a proper outlet. But it's like if something publicly happens and it upsets me, then I'm like one of those weirdos that goes on Facebook and acts like people give a shit about like my opinion and whatnot. So like with the redacted shit that I brought up earlier and all that drama, I made a post the other day and talking about the company and shit. I said, the concept of hating something you spent your life creating and building from the ground up to the point where you deliberately make counterproductive decisions with any intent other than to rot and burn your life's work from the inside out is such a baffling and befuddling concept to me. Make it make sense. Okay, the next question. What is your most common way of dealing with anger in general? So not even like when someone or something upsets you, but just when you feel angry. You kind of touched on this because it's kind of the same question, but I suppose I could have worded them better.
I think I know what you're getting towards. You mean like what's your like outlet to like get away from it if it's something you can't directly do something about?
Yeah, like how some people like fucking play first person shooters and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think gaming's definitely an outlet for me. Like, I'm feeling frustrated and I don't want to like worry about something. That's what I'll do more than likely is just chill out on a game and have a smoke. That's why like some people drink. I'm not big on drinking. I don't think drinking when you're upset is a good thing.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah, exactly. I think drinking is awesome. It's a fun time, but you should only do it when you're happy.
Yeah.
That's how people get so volatile a lot of the time. But yeah, tying it back around. As far as like what I would do, to just decompress is gaming. I do try to like dig into like breathing exercises. I think those are pretty legit.
Yeah.
Just really letting yourself relax is a big thing because a lot of times you don't realize how tense you are. You don't realize how tense you are. You don't realize how like wound up you are in general. And just getting a nice, good, deep breath kind of helps. Like the first step to taking you back a step. Get a drink of water. Yeah, if it's sunny out, go chill in the sun for a little bit. And if you got some good music to listen to, that's a big one.
Yep.
I wouldn't recommend things that like support how you're feeling, but even if it does, if you're trying to really decompress, I would always aim for just decompressing music. And I mean, I guess that does just vary in terms of people's opinion.
And what you actually enjoy and what you consider as like down tempo in comparison. Like my down tempo is not what Megan would consider in that way for my songs. Just the chill vibe of the song.
Right.
I'm big on like instrumentals. I'll put on like an instrumental and relax to it because like there aren't words to decide how I'm feeling. It's more my brain gets to go down its own paths while the sound itself helps me process. But that's it for me.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Jake.
Meow.
Is your answer gaming as well? I mean, yours is probably also like go to the gym and exercise, like get your gains.
Yeah, pretty much, man. It's a lot of different things. I'll game, I'll goon, I'll gym. You know what I mean? Game, goon, gym. The 3 Gs.
The classic 3 Gs.
One of these is not like the other. One of these is not the same.
They're all the same. What do you mean? They're all valid.
That's all the same.
Yeah. Why are you on bullshit, bro? Huh? Just over here trying to tell you my methods. I just gave you some real world methods for there.
Put you on game.
Just sitting there, fucking pissed off. Just rip my fucking dick off right there.
I put you on game, and you did not want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's like 1,000 things, dude. I like it. Kind of like whatever works in the moment is what I go for.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah. So like
makes sense.
today I could, go to the gym. Like yesterday, I was anxious because we had this big show. I went to the gym before the show. Shouldn't have done that, truthfully, because I was fucking spent by the time that was over, since it was so hot.
Yeah.
But like it works. It's a fun little thing to do. Probably going to run later tonight. I'm not like stressed out or anything, but I do need to get back into running anyways. So it's like just
Yeah.
Mhm.
I need to do that. I will game. Like I said, that's one big thing, of course, like we all do. I'll write
Yeah.
music every once in a while because that's something, I guess. But yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, obviously my answer is going to be gaming too. Just to make my answer a little bit different, I'll tell y'all something I used to do when I was a little kid, and I didn't have as many different like games and genres and access to shit. When I was like real little, when I was like 9 or 10, right around the time Minecraft came out and shit, one of the things that I would do is I would go into creative and build myself an arena, make myself a whole bunch of like super enchanted shit. And then I'd spawn a bunch of enemies and just fucking go to town with angry music blaring. Like little kid raging in Minecraft.
That's great.
Made your own little version of Doom.
Basically.
Yeah.
Looking back, what's an instance where your anger either helped you or made a situation
I didn't
worse?
answer the last one, Council.
I'm sorry, I thought you went first. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I didn't. It's basically what I said for the first question about just thinking about it first. But if it in general, yeah, gaming. If it's just like kind of just anger, frustration gaining up, it's just something to distract from it of other ways. If it's not something that's immediately important in that way, but if it's something that's like extreme spike where I'm just like mentally can't handle anything there, it tends to be just music on like headphones on deafen for AirPods, and then just like lay in my bed and just like think about it and just listen to music. Like, okay, process everything, mental reset, do something like that. Just some sort of reset that way. If it's like an extreme high.
Makes sense. I'm not gonna lie to you. For a second there, I thought you were gonna leave it at just it was the same as the other, and I'm like, bitch, we had to go back just for you to say it's the same.
I was thinking about doing that. I was, but there is a little more. So
fair. All right. Looking back, what's an instance where your anger either helped you or made a situation worse?
It's either or and.
Either.
Okay.
Like just pick.
I gotcha.
Can't think about any of these situations being worse or better by being angry. And any of the ones that I have on my head.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like to tell people all the time, bro. I'm like, anger is a killer, bro. Like you don't want to anger. You don't be angry. You don't want to be angry.
Say that, but I think the anger in your situation that you brought up at like the bar, like it did give him the message right away to just be like gone out.
Yeah, but it's I don't know, man. I mean, like
I just now I'm imagining Jake just trying to be passive with the guy and be like, "Hey, man, that's not cool.
That's
you
not
shouldn't
cool,
say
man.
that about her. Just stop big
Stop being a
chillin'
dick,
of you,
man.
bro."
Be chill.
well, yeah, no. I mean, he wasn't trying to be a dick. He was trying to be horny, and that did not sit right with me.
No, fair.
It's like, Mike, what would you do if somebody came up to Megan and was like, haha, I like your tits?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Or Drew, or not Drew, I'm sorry, or Christian, how would you feel if like I went up to your mom and was like, Bazunga?
Look at
I
those
mean-
bazoingas you got over there.
I would just get her the fuck away from you because I know I can't whoop your ass. So the only other option is we got to get the fuck away from Jake.
Golly gee willikers, Miss Perkins.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Pull out the fucking Adam Smasher line. You know?
You look like a cut of fuckable meat.
Yeah, I like that. I like that line a lot. That resonates with me, actually. You know?
Yeah.
I say chivalry's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, Thorn. I feel like Mike's probably still needs more time to think of an answer.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I can't think of like too many things that have benefited me from being angry, and I can't think of too many times I've gotten angry and it like was, you know, like the end all of all things.
Yeah. Most of mine, I can't even think if it would have changed the outcome either way, if it would have been angry or not, too. Like, it was a part of the whole situation.
What? How was the question worded again?
Looking back, what's an instance where your anger either helped you or made a situation worse?
Man, I can think of times I got mad and fucking. I remember when I was young, I used to get really mad and I would hit a fucking wall. Or, you know, things along those lines. And there was like one time where I was young and I was playing fucking Overwatch when it was new. And I got really mad. I don't remember like what about. I was pretty young, but I was mad as hell. And I was in the basement. We had this like carpet layover on the concrete, but it was pretty much just concrete. It was, you know, paper thin carpet. I got mad and I was about to spike the controller and I was like, no, I can't break the controller. And I punched the ground really hard. And like fractured my fucking hairline, but fractured my pinky. On the hand.
Yep, I did the same shit, bro. I did the exact same fucking shit. I was playing Mortal Kombat Deception. I'll never forget. In the fucking fight between you and Noob Smoke, and that motherfucker was so cheap. And I just was like, God damn it! And I just went fucking as hard as I could on the ground.
Spike didn't
realize. Yeah, and didn't realize that our fucking our man cave, quote unquote, at the time at my dad's was literally a carpet over cement. There was no padding under it. It was just fucking carpet. So fuck, and I just hit it, and I was like, They're like fucking. Dude, that shit was no buenito.
It's rough, dude. No, my hand was fucked up for like the next month, at least. Or like I go to pump my gas and my hand would hurt. I'm like,
Jesus Christ!
It was, you know, wasn't worth it at all. Yeah, hindsight 2020, probably wouldn't have done that. But that's what I did. As far as like times that it's helped, I mean, I can't think of like too many times that it's helped other than when I was like young, sticking up for myself. But any like more recent times is just sticking up for other people, you know, being mad that someone was treating someone a certain way and, you know, wanting to step up and do something about that. I would say that was, you know, something that benefited, you know, me and the other person. You know, because I don't want to see people get messed with. I would have some form of guilt if I watched someone get fucked with and like couldn't get mad enough to stick up for them. So.
You know, Jake's story about the fucking carpet over thin concrete made me think of this, but obviously this was more than 20 years ago. But there was this time when I was in the first grade. We were in gym class.
His uncle was.
No.
He liked to keep his shit straight. I don't remember the fucking lyrics. I'm sorry. Continue.
But fucking the elementary school I went to, their gym floor was like Jake's man cave, thin carpet on concrete, and we had to do this exercise where we had to practice exercising while balancing. We had to take little bean bags and put them on our shoulders and run a lap with them on our shoulders.
Sounds
and
fun.
the caveat was if they fell off, you had to pick them up, go back to where you started from, and start over. It got to a point where I'm the only kid up on the floor. All the other kids have made their lap and gotten back to their fucking seat. And the gym coach was like, all right, you know what? If they fall off, just put them back on, pick up where you're like at. And I barely made it around the corner. Like 5 minutes had gone by and I just lost my shit. I like start clawing up my face, slamming my head into the fucking floor to the point where I got sent to the fucking principal's office. It was not a good time to be me.
Jeez.
That doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like a good time to be anybody involved.
Like it would not surprise me if I somehow gave myself brain damage from like fucking bashing my head into the floor like that.
Jesus.
Probably why I'm so retarded.
Did you ever have to go to like behavioral therapy?
CBT? There was one time.
Did you ever have CBT?
Did you have cock and ball torture?
I don't know if Jesus Christ. No, I don't know if I'd call it that, but I'll tell you a brief addendum to a story after the podcast. Okay. But yeah, Mike, have you figured out an answer yet?
Honestly,
did I derail you with my mental retardation at fucking 6 years old?
A little bit, but I still don't think I had much of anything where, like I said, the anger did much either way. Can't think of anything where I've gone over the top because of anger or where I should have been more angry. I honestly can't think of those situations because if there's any, it's probably a long time ago, and I don't got anything for that.
Yeah, dude, your little war bomb there definitely derailed everyone's thought process, I'm sure, just a little bit.
On today's episode of shit we learned about Christian.
Basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This also goes back to what I said in the last episode about how I only give about a certain percentage of my personality and my true self at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for the day you tell me about the time you got your butt cheeks played with. I've been waiting for that story for a while now.
That's yet to happen. I imagine it's going to be you that does it, Jake.
I don't swing that way, buddy. I'm sorry.
Are you sure about that?
Positive, unfortunately.
All right. We'll skip that for you, Mike. If you think of an answer, we can circle back to it later.
Sounds good. I honestly can't think of it.
Thanks.
We are in the pain section now. Y'all.
Shut up, Christian. Keep talking.
So question number 5 now. When it comes to mental health discussions, the concept of pain is usually brought up in a downtrodden, saddening light. Name a time when emotional pain taught you a valuable lesson.
Oh, yeah. So, like, when I was a kid... hold on. Wait a minute.
You had to run with beanbags on your shoulders, and it taught you about balance.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand that exercise, bro. I think that they were just fucking with y'all. Whoever was in charge of y'all just really, really enjoyed abusing children.
Well, I mean, what's fucked up is all the other kids could do it. I was the only one that couldn't do it.
That doesn't surprise me, man. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but for some reason that just doesn't surprise me. I feel like you're gonna tell me shit like that. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, did you know like this one time, this shit was supposed to be really easy, and I just couldn't do it." I'd be like, "Yeah, I believe it." I don't know. You probably overcomplicated it or something.
Little known fact about me: the legendary person who fell up some stairs, that was me.
All right. I mean, to your credit, though, like, I mean, I feel a lot of people have fallen up some stairs if they're getting too quick. You know, like I'm not. I don't want to shit on you too hard, man. You know, like,
that was fucking
just pretty hard.
Dick.
You said it was a what?
I said I was kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, I was being facetious.
Well, I've definitely fallen up some stairs before. What does that say about me?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
I'm sorry that happened to you. The crying eyes. Just, I'm so sorry.
I don't believe you. I think of anybody in this fucking group, you've fallen up a flight of stairs.
I mean, I'm most likely out of all of us to do that. I think the only person who could beat me in that is probably AJ, but AJ's not here, so.
Him. Or him under the bus, I think.
I think emotional shit. Emotional pain definitely helps. So like, through multiple friends of mine that have like either OD'd or, committed suicide. Oh, Jesus Christ. I feel like a fucking idiot. I said suicide. Suicide. Sorry, I was trying to like in my head. I was like, maybe I should censor it for the fucking YouTube thing, but then I was like,
Oh,
who
no.
gives a
No.
fuck?
I censor it in normal videos. I don't censor it during these specials because people should know to expect that in a special like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The sewer slide.
yeah, sewer slide.
That remind me of.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It's like one of them things where you just kind of you learn from the pain. You feel the pain, and you like learn how to kind of, I guess, navigate shit that is that difficult. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something that everyone experiences in their life, and I feel that once you've experienced it, and then you've experienced it again, and then you've experienced it again, it almost turns to trauma, but also like you learn to be able to like pick up on things a little bit easier, and you can become an advocate a little bit better for people too when you see that they're going through shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You know? Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Thorn, Mike, have y'all answered yet?
You got anything?
Sorry, I was muted. How'd the question go?
So when it comes to mental health discussions, the concept of pain is usually brought up in a downtrodden, saddening light. Name a time when emotional pain has taught you a valuable lesson.
Getting cheated on taught me that bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I can get with that.
Yeah. Once you know that,
Yeah.
then you're cautious to like find the right one. You know what I mean? So it's a valuable lesson.
That's fair, I guess. Okay.
Can't be putting all your trust into a hoe or a trick.
Okay.
There you go.
Mike, what do you have to add to that?
I'm thinking about like if I was like frustrated with somebody else, like it is giving me the chance to see someone else from their viewpoint and understand a bit better with them, even though I was like feeling that pain, being like, I wonder what they're experiencing with some situations. And others, it is actually similar to the X situation talk about, where like honestly, it's like taught me to be like, hey, I need to be more careful of these kind of situations and just avoid them or whatever it may be. Yeah, it just gives a different light to look at for that.
That makes sense. All right. Question number 6. How effective do you feel learning from another person's pain and grief can be?
I'm Confucian.
Okay, let me word it a different way. How effective do you think learning from someone else's like past experiences and their trauma can be?
I want to say well, but also like it's hard because a lot of people, unfortunately, myself included, need to experience things for themselves in order to like allow that thing to kind of like affect them, whether it be for the better or the worse. Like I could tell somebody all day, every day, like, oh, you should go to college, you should do this, you should do this. Like, it's a great thing. It did it awesome for me, like whatever. But that person may have instilled in their fucking head that they're right about everything, and it doesn't matter what the fuck I say because they're smarter than I am, or they know more, or it's not for them, or whatever. But then that same person later down the line decides, oh, I'm gonna give it a try, and then decides on their own, quote unquote, that was meant for them, and that's what their thing is. You know what I'm saying?
No.
When really you told them a long ass time ago.
Yeah. This shit happens all the time, all the fucking time. It's fucking stupid. Not even in that instance specifically, but in general. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mike Thorn.
I think it's contextual. Really depends on
So, like
what
a case
kind
by case
of
basis.
yeah, because it depends on like what they experienced, how they talk about it, about whether or not they've even worked through it can change whether or not there's still just some, because there always be bias towards your own experience and everything, like bias to how it was, and if they even learn from it, because if they didn't learn from it, there's not necessarily something you can learn from with how they talk about it, where it's just going to be dogging on it, beating it to the ground of the same point where yes, that's what they went through, and yes, it's a shit experience, but it's like it's not something you learn from it for the sake of this question. But then there's some that you can definitely see the history for them and what they've worked through, and even if they haven't worked through it, sometimes you can just see about like, oh shit, this is what's going on, and kind of work through it yourself while they're telling about the situation, that can guide your own thinking for other people, or how to even interact with them and just make their life better as a friend or closer, or whatever it may be. So it really, I think, very much depends on the situation and what kind of background, what kind of history, if it's something that can be worked through, or if it's something that's just negative for the sake of negative. And if you're even in the mindset for hearing it at that point too, will make a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That makes sense.
But I would say there is effectiveness in it, but there's also many cases where it's completely ineffective to learn from that kind of experience.
Right.
That makes sense. I agree that it's a case by case basis, but at the same time, like, obviously, I think it's effective to a degree because, we talk about a lot of our own experiences on the podcast. There's even a whole lot of instances where we had like dumb shit, like catastrophic wingmen, where it was someone else's problem. And even though it was meant to be us giving bad advice, like Jake or AJ or Mike or somebody, or even if we had a guest, would just give some insightful ass like story of how something similar happened to them. And it ends up being like a whole nother branch of advice that I didn't even see happening when I was thinking of what people might say to a random ass Reddit prompt. And obviously, I'm not just sharing my own trauma and shit in here just for the sake of going, haha, look at, stupid ass Christian can't run with beanbags on his shoulders. But I'm also sharing like an instance of obviously don't fucking slam your head into a fucking concrete floor. I guess if you gotta do something, it's better to do like Jake and Thorn and, punch the fucking ground, but don't slam your head into it.
I would like to be very specific, or not specific, but be very, very clear. I do not do that anymore. I've not done that in a long, long time.
Sure.
Right.
That's why I started my story with it's been more than 20 years.
47 years ago.
Okay. I believe everyone's answered that. Number 7. How often is your decision making guided by your own pain? Or by your own trauma, or your own, like, this happened to me. I know I've seen this before. I feel like Thorn kind of answered that with his whole getting cheated on bullshit.
Yeah, I was gonna say tons because like I've got fucking like PTSD runs my. It doesn't run my life, but it's one of those things where you genuinely can't just turn it off. You know what I mean? It's just always there.
Yeah. Thorn and Mike.
What was the question
Unless
again?
you. Oh Jesus Christ! Thorn,
I
how
just don't
much
want
you
to
been
ramble
drinking
about something
tonight?
unrelated.
How often is your decision making guided by your own pain?
I mean, I would say pretty often, yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat as Jake, where I got things that I like constantly worry about that bother me pretty bad. I kind of have like more rule over my life than it should in terms of like what I do.
Yeah.
And like just how I'm going about my day to day, like little like I could hear a noise and I think it's something that it's not. And I have to go make sure that's not what it is because someone might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Just
You
because
might,
there's been
you
a
might
lot
be
of
getting your apartment broken into by the same dickhead that broke into Jake's.
No, he tried. The guy tried. It didn't happen, but goddamn it, it was close.
yeah.
Shit made
That's
me
that's
angry.
that's one of those things that'll get you, man. Make you feel less safe in your home knowing that someone's trying to break into it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Start
I was
making
at
you
my
think about that
job.
shit when you're out of your home.
Yeah, I picked up this like side gig where I was cooking at this restaurant.
No.
And I was on break, and I went to the front area to eat, and it was like right in the corner. Front door is not far away, and this guy comes in and sits across from me and starts talking about all types of random shit. I could tell he's a little out of his brain. And he's like, "You don't know who I am, do you?" And I'm like, "Dude, I have no idea who you are." And, and he had like really bright blue eyes, the type that just kind of like pierce right into you. It's just really creepy. Really strange
those
looking
Yeah,
fella.
fucking sounds like
Great
it.
blue eye boys.
Yeah, and but he was like really tan. He like had a darker complexion.
Huh?
Hmm.
And he was like, I'm like, dude,
That's why you were nervous. I get it now.
no, I wasn't even like, I was sitting there playing a game on my phone, because I had already finished my food. I was just trying to enjoy the rest of my break,
Yeah.
and so I just kept playing the game on my phone, and I'm like, no, I have no idea who you are. And he went on to say how he was like the lead singer of some band, and I'm like, that's good for you, man. Like just crazy shit that I'm sure is not true, you know. And he's like, you didn't even know I had a gun on you this whole time, and I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking
What a
about?
fucking
Like,
thing to say.
yeah, and I like went to and like he was like leaned up under the table like he had one pointed at me, and I like went to look under the table. Look, he's like, don't look, I'll put a hole right in your fucking gut. I was like, all right.
Okay.
And so I just sat there for a second and played on my phone. I never stopped playing on the phone. I was like, all right, well, like, so what are you trying to do? And he's like, we're just gonna sit here and hang out for a little bit. I was like, all right. He's like, put your phone away, and I was like, nah, man. If I'm on my phone, like, that's what I do when I'm chilling. So if we're hanging out, like, that's what I'm gonna do. And because I'm really stubborn, man. I don't know, and I'm in those like, because I mean, for all I know, he does have a gun under there. For all I know, he doesn't. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I actually wound up dialing 911, and then he was telling me like one of the waitresses were coming by, and he started trying to drag them into it. So I just went ahead and said, you know what, fuck it, and I like stood up and walked her away. Because I decided, fuck it, man. If I get shot, I get shot. I literally, as I got up, I'm like, you just go fuck yourself, man.
Jeez.
It was pretty crazy. Well, you know, something you expect to happen while you're at work, and the cops got there and they got him. Turns out he did have a gun.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so I just didn't get shot, and yeah, so crazy shit. It took a while for the cops to get there. Like it was like about 5 minutes of just like him being there in the lobby, and I was like going and letting everybody know, like, hey, don't interact with that guy. You
Mhm.
know, like just don't panic because that's probably gonna make it worse. But don't go interact with him. And
Yeah.
I think that's why I reacted that way. So I know that panicking is just always the worst thing to. Like my fucking adrenaline kicks in and shit, and
It makes their
sometimes like no,
adrenaline
I
go
just
up that
gotta
they already
relax.
have too.
What's that?
Makes their adrenaline go up that they already have too if you get anything up from it,
Yeah,
even if that's what they're trying to
exactly.
pressure you with.
amplifies the situation really bad. So,
Mhm.
things like that do bother me. There are times where I'm out in public and I'm like, am I going to come across another crazy bastard like that? And I'm going to have to shoot them. Like, because I carry now. I don't, after that, I'm not going to be caught without a gun. Because I'm telling you now, if I had one on me during that time, I would have put holes in them.
I was gonna say you could have
Yeah.
had a real Han Solo moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I mean, pretty much. So, I mean, just crazy shit like that. It just, it can, keep haunting you in a way.
Yeah.
But I do think it's important to not let it, You shouldn't let it prevent you from going out and doing stuff.
Hmm.
Right.
But I'm sure Mike's got his thing by now. I've rambled on.
I think I just got too into your story a bit after I was already thinking before it. Because
It's
damn,
the
that's
same
crazy.
effect as me banging my head into the floor. Mike already done lost all of his train of thought.
Yeah.
Man.
I feel like what I was thinking before it too, as well, is that I don't feel like the same amount of pains have been lucky enough for that. I would say that I don't have the same level of like having it guide my decisions. I think subconsciously anything that I've gone through that would be considered a pain is guiding it, but it's just like for me, it's a lot more subconscious wise, if anything. Whereas for like Megan and like traumas in past is a lot more of guiding life and everything. But yeah, for myself, I wouldn't say it guides all that I do in that way. So it again, actively guiding it that I'm aware of, at least. There's some things that affect everybody, and at some point in their life, and it's just like I said, I think it's more subconscious now at this point for me. So I think I could point out directly.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Couple more brief stories. So my pain obviously guides my actions a lot, at least in terms of like how I approach certain situations, especially with like people. So I gave like a brief little ramble last episode about, trying to get to know someone I don't know. So I was the kind of loser in high school, and Jake can attest to this because he was a witness for some of it, where I was the kind of guy that I knew I wasn't really much to like look at or write home about if I wanted to, talk to a girl that I liked. So I was one of those weirdos that would just, write all my heart and feelings into a note and then rush to class to drop it on a girl's desk before they would get there. And then I would just be in my seat when they arrive. And I would just not look at them for the entire fucking class. And obviously, that's a very creepy and inappropriate way to go about your feelings with someone. So I don't do that. At the same time, though, I'm also the kind of person where it's like, what do I talk about with somebody? I talk about my fucking podcast where I'll talk about Jake, playing with my asshole and banging my head into concrete and shit. So obviously that's not a very good conversation starter, which is one of the reasons, again, why I would be like, well, I'm just going to write them a note, and if they want to talk to me, they can talk to me. So it's kind of a catch-22 on, I've got nothing to talk about with some people, but at the same time, you got to talk to someone. You can't just go leaving notes and shit on their desk.
Yeah.
But also,
they were death threats.
Yeah.
I feel that's where you're going with that.
Man. I'm a wanted man in several schools. No. This one Jake will get a laugh at. So, Jake brought this up in the Roast of Me episode 2 years ago, where he was talking about the girl that he saw her and he saw that she was with me, and he's like, for her, someone like that to be with Christian, he must have a huge penis. And then she ended up with some other doofus that was an even bigger loser than me, if you can believe that. And Jake's like, well, he must have an even bigger penis. Well, that girl was the kind of person who because my self-value was so low, she let me just be in a shadow relationship with her on the side, like in secret, for 6 years,
I think I
while
remember
she
you saying about this.
publicly dated various different guys. Like during my time with her, she had 7 or 8 different boyfriends across those 6 years. And, one could think, well, it's obvious she doesn't, care about you. You just walk away from that. But that was my first and, for about a decade only relationship. So, when your self-value is low and that's all you seem to be able to pull, you take what you can get. And then, fast forward to 2023. I brought this up, back in season 1 of the podcast. I dated a woman for a month who, bless her heart, she had been through so much shit. She'd been sexually and mentally and emotionally abused by most of her partners throughout her life, to the point where she couldn't trust anyone. Even a loser like me that can't get nobody. She thought that I was just constantly like looking to get out of a relationship with her or cheat on her or whatever. And so she ended up dumping me after a month. But it's like when those are your only 2 experiences with, relationships and romance, it starts to like guide your hand and your viewpoint on, like, am I just unlovable? Does nobody love me?
That's it, yeah.
Because it's like being someone's fucking side hoe and just being constantly accused of cheating or being in love with someone else while you're with someone that you actually care deeply about.
Think
Not
about
a
being
side hoe
accused of
now. It's
cheating.
an open relationship. You can't call out that now.
Well,
That's what it is.
The thing
I fully
is,
agree.
the thing is, when I ended up dating this girl, I had just had a falling out with a friend of mine who was a former love interest that we decided to stay friends.
Yeah.
And she had done some dumb shit that I was trying to talk her out of doing, because, you don't let your friends do dumb shit. And she got real butthurt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of my falling out with that friend, the girlfriend that was with me for like a month just kept thought I was using her to try and get back at my friend. I'm like, we've been like friend zone for 2 years. How is this going to help me as an angle?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Next question. What do you think is the difference between carrying pain and letting it control you?
I don't know.
Guess that relates to the last question to me quite a bit.
That.
I've done nothing wrong.
I'll talk this one first. Then I would say that it's more like relating to the last question, talking about the decision making guided by your own pains. About like, does it dictate every single decision you make, or do you still think about it logically and weigh that into account, because it still will affect it, but does it weigh into it, or does it straight up make your decisions for you between it?
Are you asking me, like, are you flipping the question back on me?
No, that's not on you.
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing.
I'm saying as a whole, like, between carrying pain and letting control you, it's like, if you're carrying the pain, it's a part of your decisions, but it's not all of your decision, versus letting control you it's just all of your decisions. And that way of like, whenever it could be a part of it, it just is the answer, and you just default to that.
That does make sense. Because, I mean, like, I also brought this up with the last episode about the whole, I know I'm not all these awful things I think about myself, but just because you can tell yourself you think you're a piece of shit, but you're not a piece of shit, that doesn't exactly stop the thought process and the anxiety of, this is how people see me, this is what I am.
Right.
Because it's like I was saying with the whole, leaving notes on somebody's desk. I think people could do worse than me, but I also think that people could do a lot better than me. So it's like the whole anxiety of, just, hey, person, would you like to have lunch?
Mm-hmm.
And that also just goes back into the previous question of just letting your pain guide you. Because if you have nothing but failure and you expect nothing but failure, then yeah.
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 It's like a path to failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The path to failure, step 1, try to do anything.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta try to fail. You can't fail without trying.
Now, see, the real fun part is when there's ambiguity and you know that someone knows how you feel, but you don't know how they feel, and you're scared to make a move, and they refuse to make a move one way or the other, like saying yay or nay. That's the real fun part. That's not the road to failure. That's the road to stalemate.
Who's stalemate? Is that a friend of yours?
Yeah, it's like Postmates.
Ah, postbait.
Postmates.
Says babe. Yeah.
I was sitting here thinking it's like a fucking mobile app where people just, it's like Pornhub, but it's literally just people jerking off. It's just videos of people jerking off.
So fucking jerk. It's just jerkmate. Then you just that's all you're referring
Yeah,
to.
jerkmate.
It
There you go.
literally is that.
But you unlike jerkmate, you don't jerk. I mean, you can jerk with them, but they can't see you jerk off. So
There's no competition there.
Like a Megal.
Yeah.
Omegle, but everyone's honest about what they use it for.
Yeah.
Jake Thorn.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. I'm sorry.
What did you say?
What do you think is the difference between carrying pain and letting it control you? I'm not even gonna wait for you to ask anymore. When I call on you, I'm just gonna start repeating the question.
Hey,
I will repeat. I did put it
for that.
in a channel with all the questions in there. The Tibs 56 where I added you, in case you need to look it on your phone. I did that for myself.
Good to know. Yeah, I need to. My ADHD goes ballistic.
I like how you also copied the fucking spoiler.
Oh yeah, no, I spoilered, but I split it over the whole section, so you have to click section by section now instead of question by question.
Gotcha. Okay. Hell yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I mean,
Good
for
on
me,
you,
I
Mike.
would say carrying the pain is like, in my eyes, like when I think of like carrying pain, I think of like grief, right? Like I think that grief is just the idea that somebody was loved, and that's just the reminder that they were. So I don't think it's a bad thing to feel like a negative emotion tied to something like that, but everything else isn't really worth moving forward with. And I'd say ways that it can control us is like, for me personally, I mean, I try not to put myself in situations that I think could get me upset. Right? Like if I'm prone to become upset, and by being around certain people or being in a certain setting or playing a certain game, which is the part that I struggle with the most, is I'll get upset, and like with games, I'll keep playing them, and that's my problem. Is like a game can piss me off, and I'm still gonna play that game a lot of the time. But like everything else
Thorn.
with my life, I gotta I'll get myself away from what it is, and in a way that does control my action.
I was gonna say it's okay. You can admit that game is World of Warcraft.
I mean, World of Warcraft doesn't bother me too bad.
It's the people on it.
I don't like raid leading. I always wish that someone else would have done it. Yeah, that's for sure. I definitely
Fair.
don't like being in charge of a group of people. I mean, that comes down to like when I manage the store and all the other shit. I do
Yeah.
not like being in charge of a group of people.
Especially
'Cause-
like World of Warcraft players, bro. Like arguably some of the most
Yeah.
degenerative pieces of shit on earth that have nothing better to do than to play fucking grind ass game that happened. The fucking seasons change and shit. Got to replay, rebuild. Like,
Yeah.
that shit's been going on for so long, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't mind participating in a raid. You know what I mean? Like if I'm doing a fight and I'm wifing nonstop, like, and I'm not in charge of what's going on, I don't give a damn. You just let me know what I need to do, and I'll keep doing that.
Just leading's a whole nother thing.
He'll fall asleep and still keep doing it and still somehow come out as top DPS.
I mean, I'm relaxing if I'm not in charge of it, but if that's pretty much the difference.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of references that are gonna have to get cut out of this because I do not want people blowing me up about it.
I think it'd be really funny if they did.
It's like, oh yeah, this is also I can leave this part in, but I've been in enough guilds between Guild Wars and World of Warcraft that before I ended up joining the guild where I met Thorn and everybody else in, I never wanted to get back into a guild just because I've just had enough of, investing time and emotions into friendships only to lose those people when we all stop playing a game.
Right.
But I'm grateful to have the friends that I have because of, the guild, like Thorn and Toshi and shit. But if I'd had it my way, I wouldn't know them because I never would have joined the guild because I would have never gotten back into the community aspect. Like I've been playing Guild Wars, but I've been playing it by myself. I've not been playing it because I want to join another guild. I just want to play the game, experience the story, collect some achievements and, make a badass looking character and then call it a day.
Yeah.
Did everyone get to answer that one? Thorn, did you get to finish your answer?
Yeah, I'm wrapped up. You're good.
All right. Impulse. Question number 9. Do you consider yourself as someone guided by impulse? And is it guided more by desire, anger, or pain?
I don't know.
I'll just quickly answer this because I said it before.
What
is
three
that
emotions did you say?
I don't think I am.
Sorry.
Desire, anger, or pain. So like happiness, anger, or sadness.
I got this. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. I was just saying that I kind of answered this already before. We're saying I'm not a very impulsive person, so I would stick by that answer for here. That I'm not really.
impulsive.
So
You're
I don't have
typically
much.
a level-headed kind of guy, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm
I haven't
impulsive,
had
but
the
not
kind
to
of
like
things that would make me
not
that
to
way.
like the bipolar disorder impulsive.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Not to a flaw, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like, damn, I really want that, and I don't have money in my bank account, I will put it on a credit card type shit. Like that's the kind of impulsive I am. But I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna go fucking, go do something really, really crazy and drastic and whatever.
Reckless.
Yeah.
But like you're also, I'm sure you're the kind of guy that like makes his payments mostly on time. You're not maxing out your card and shit, so you probably got a decent credit score.
I don't know about that.
Like your fucking banker or whoever holds your card probably loves you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely make payments and shit on time. I'm just not gonna rather not fuck my life up again. Because I've had it to where like I had like a really, really bad stint there with credit cards, and then I paid it all off. And then I got
Fair
into a
enough.
bad situation where I needed to use credit cards to like survive for a bit.
Yep.
And I'm still paying those off to this day. But I mean, like I'm almost done, thank fucking God.
Yeah, that's what happened with Megan moving.
Yeah, that'd be some stress off your back.
Oh yeah.
So you would say yours is mostly, guided by desire?
What do you do for a living?
Maybe.
Fair. Thorn.
I would say I'm kind of in line with Jake in the extent that like I give in to desire for sure. Like, I don't know. As far as impulse goes, like, I can't think of too many things that really bother me that bad. Like, something that's gonna like provoke me into doing something, so to speak. So I guess it's like breaks it down to where it's just desire, because I give in desire all the time. Is it's just as simple as what do I want to do, and then me going and doing it, right?
Dropping
Yeah.
fucking $200 on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that ain't me. Oh no, no, doing that, but that ain't me. There's too much free porn to be spending money on it.
Right, for real.
True.
Especially
That's how
on
I
like
feel.
some of the creators that like will just put fucking heart stickers and shit over the nipples. It's like, bro, why am I even paying you?
All right.
I don't know that much about it. That's all you. Out and yourself.
I only even know about that because there are some girls on Instagram that I've seen that I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna give you money, but I want to see what your shit's like, so I'll go and like look for the fucking leaks because everybody's got leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How difficult do you feel it is to fight off your impulses and intrusive thoughts?
Intrusive thoughts, pretty tough. Impulse, not too bad.
Fair.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, pretty much it. There's a lot of things you have to do to make sure you're not overthinking. And then by the process of doing a bunch of different things, kind of makes you overthink more.
Right.
Right. I feel like I kind of already answered the intrusive thoughts part with my whole ramble about, I know I'm not a piece of shit, but there is no escaping the thought of I'm a piece of shit.
Right.
But as far as impulses, I think I'm better at it than I used to be. Because, like, I've got another example for a future question or a question coming up that I'll give. But compared to, that then, I think I'm better now than I used to be. Mike?
I'd say pretty good overall. When after you guys talking about it, I would say if anything it would be like a desire impulsiveness as well, but for the most part I wouldn't even say like those impulses are crazy either, where it's just like, yeah, think about it, do I really want this? Is it something that's been like sticking on my mind for months? Then maybe like or something I've already been thinking for a bit, like even just getting this microphone when I wanted to like upgrade it, even though it's not like needed, just as something I've been wanting for a bit of just something nicer than my mic that's creaky and whatever else moving around.
It's hard to call it impulse at that point.
Exactly, and that's why I'm like it doesn't end up feeling like impulse, but there's some points where I'm just like, oh, I finally see it on Marketplace. I'm like, oh, whoa.
It feels impulsive in that moment that you finally do it. I'm the same way.
So that's why I would say as close as I can say to impulsive as that, but it's not really like I would say I'm pretty good at controlling it as a whole for that reason of if that's what I would consider impulsive, it's not really like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake contributing the most to the conversation as always.
I try.
Jake, how difficult do you feel like it is to fight off your impulses?
I don't know.
Okay.
What about you, Christian? What kind of impulses do you
have? Mine aren't really like self-harm, but they're self-destructive. Like I'll give an example of. Oh no, that's self-health. Because it keeps gravitating back toward it, I'll just ask the next question and give my answer because that's basically an example. Name a thing that your impulses compelled you to do that you would not do under normal circumstances. Do you regret it to this day? I have two answers for that. One that I do regret and one that I'm like indifferent about. So the first one, the one that I do regret, is I deleted the Councilman channel, the very first YouTube channel that I had with Mike and, you know, a lot of our friends from back in the day.
And no one will
And the
ever
content-
forgive you.
Well, I mean, no one will ever care because, like, Mike had the most time on it with me, and Mike's just like, whatever.
I think it does suck for the purpose of what you want to do for the channel, but there's definitely your passion project in a lot of ways for that.
Yeah, like I can appreciate that you guys are here on this journey with me, but I cannot ever expect or mandate that you guys care about this as much as I do.
Wow.
But yeah, I had a mental breakdown. This was either right before COVID or at the height of COVID. But I had this really terrible mental breakdown one day, and I removed all of my friends that weren't like, you know, people that I knew in person off of like Steam and Discord and stuff, and I deactivated all my social media for like a week. And then sometime later, I was just, working at the lab. I was having to do that, shit where you're sitting there at the fucking intake table taking people's temperatures and shit. And, Mike just reached out and messaged me, and we started kind of reconnecting. And that was kind of sort of how he got integrated into the salty gamer shit that I was doing with Jake at the time.
I watched that video of me and Mike playing the pizza game the other day.
Oh, the fucking Roblox shit?
Yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to re-upload that video, so what we should do is just, do a bit of us reacting to it.
Or just do like a return to Roblox.
I mean, I told you guys that while I'm trying to get some shit sorted on my end, you guys should take take AJ, because he'll be a lot funnier for something like that than I will.
You want to go back to the pedophile platform?
We can go do.
Well,
we can go do some.
When you put it like that,
we can do some predator catching on it.
Oh yeah,
Roblox predator catching sounds funny as fuck.
Yeah. Sorry, wait, hold up. You said Nick Hansen?
What I meant to say Chris Hansen.
Yeah, okay. At least
There's
you know.
a YouTuber I'm subscribed to that makes funny videos who's also named, or his name is Nick Hansen or some shit.
Okay.
Oh, no, are you talking about Skeet Hansen?
No, well, but yeah, I was trying to talk about, moving on. The other thing that I feel...
What the fuck?
I wanted to talk about moving on. Yeah.
But yeah, those are the two things. Like, I regret deleting the YouTube channel and purging all that content, because it's not like we were big enough to be on the Wayback Machine. The removing all my friends and shit, obviously my friendship with Mike survived my fucking mental turmoil, so I can shrug that off. It's actually funny, because I sent Mike a screenshot of a new Discord feature that came out recently where it tells you how long you've been with friends. Like, we hit our 6-year anniversary, and had I not been a fucking dumbass and removed all my friends, it would have been like a 10-year anniversary or something instead.
Yeah.
So yeah, self-destructive impulse. That's kind of what I was getting at, where it just, like, I'm too much of a pussy to just beat myself up.
Yeah,
so I harm myself in other ways, like sabotaging my relationships.
That's really gay, and you should stop doing that.
Well, obviously I have, since it's been 6 years, you fucking dick.
Hey.
You're welcome for my advice, my professional advice.
For
free.
Jake's like, I am learning from other people's trauma. I will never remove all of my friends because I'm not a dumbass. All right. I answered it first, so I know none of you have answered. What's something that impulse guided your hand on, and do you regret it?
Something impulse guided my hand on.
Yep. Something big or something little.
I mean, I've bought games before, and like, like an hour into playing the game, I'm like, oh, this is gonna get really old really quick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm like, I don't want to buy the game. So I mean, like, nowadays, not as much of a problem. I'm very hesitant to get anything new for that same reason. A lot of the time.
better.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, nothing too crazy comes to mind. Pretty much just that for me. I don't have too
Fair.
much else in my mind.
Michael, Jacob.
I got the biggest one I can think of for like impulsive thing that definitely my mom was like, you shouldn't have did that kind of thing is buying a $9,000 Magic collection of some guy who had like a bunch of old cards, and I ended up using like student loan money effectively towards that.
Jesus Christ!
To make more because it's 0% student loan, so just it still is 0%. So it was like nothing there. But as much as it was, really, and it was like a lot of old cards, and there was tons of money worth in there. I wish the guy would have went down further is all I wished from the past, but I don't regret it because what it did is, although it wasn't like paid off instantly for all that of like after Meg and I selling cards, it's one what got us into selling cards and doing stuff online with all that in the first place, and two, it's also ended up helping pay as much as it paid back to me. It paid for a lot of things for Megan that was dealing with financially in the US through us selling it before even moving to Canada, and kind of set us up for a lot of things. So I definitely don't
regret. No regret now.
Yeah, it's more of like regretting because my mom kept talking about it back to me, being like, "Oh, what about this thing? What is this? Like, have you not made back the money from it?" It's like, no, I haven't. But it's like, it's not me making the money back from it. It's us making the money back from it, and who it went towards really for all that. So, yeah, it was more of mom trying to make me regret it. I mean, not really regretting it because I'm very much happy with what I did and what I got out of it.
You just don't understand, Mom. I'm going to be a millionaire one day.
That's me.
I definitely didn't say that, but
I did. I've said that a lot.
You say a lot of things.
Oh yeah, well, suck me. I'll say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch. Bit.
All right, Jake. What's some impulse that you have or have not regretted?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Good talk.
Good answer.
Last question for the entire questionnaire. Do you believe impulses should always be resisted, or do you think some impulses exist for a reason?
I'd say some exist for a reason. Like there's some things that you need to act quickly about, and that's why we have it as a instinct. And,
like a gut
it's more
instinct.
for like survival reasons for the actual like why it existed. But there is still some things where it is beneficial. When it's thought of as impulsive, for the most part, ends up being talking in reference to negative impulses. But the things you wouldn't necessarily call impulsive are still impulses and can be good depending on what it is, of course, like I've just said. Like I'm trying to think of a good example of what would be a good impulse. I guess just needing to react to a decision instantly. Like
you're out in the woods, a grizzly bear shows up, and you have the impulse to run the fuck away.
Yeah, fight or flight would be an impulse.
I have the impulse to talk to it.
I think in the same way, a lot of fight or flight, like impulse to react with Jake at the person at the bar again. Going back to that, like it is a positive impulse reaction to be like, hey, just you need to get the fuck away. Like there's an impulse, but it still can be good.
That's fair. It's actually a really good example.
Yeah.
Perchance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much in the same line of thinking. As impulses do exist for a reason. Sometimes you do have to just do something without having time to think too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When it comes to like merchandising, that's when the companies like to prey on it, and that's when impulse can be very much a negative, where it's like they literally take advantage of it and just fuck you over with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Impulse control do you a lot of favors. There's definitely times where, your instincts will take over and you gotta do something that, needs to be done, whether it's saving your own life, like getting out of the way of a car coming at you or whatever it is.
Or
saving
standing up and
somebody
telling a
else.
dude that's got a gun, go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you live and you learn from how you react with impulses too. Like when it becomes so bad, it's still like, okay, here's something to understand for the future, that when this impulse comes up, although it's a snap scenario, you still have something that you can think of in the back of your mind of like, oh, I have experienced this before. How can that switch over the quick decision?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
What about you, Jake?
I guess I just don't understand the question, bro, because impulse isn't something that you like inherently think on when it happens. That's why it's impulsive, right? So, like,
Yeah.
what?
Okay,
That's why
well,
it's
I mean,
more
do
about
you
the
agree
resistance
with
to it.
Mike and Thorn that some impulses are good, like a gut instinct that tells you you sense danger, get the fuck away?
Sure.
Okay, that's better than I don't know, and we're moving on. Yeah, I mean, y'all have said it in a way that I can't think of any better way to say it, but yeah, I agree that some impulses or instincts are meant to be had. I don't know if I agree with all the instincts and impulses that I've heard tonight, including some of my own.
Yeah.
Such as if a gun is pointed at me, I like the whole this has been sitting with me. I've got to say, your whole excuse of like when I'm just sitting there, I'm chilling, I'm on my phone. I would have been like, well, let's consider this stranger guy. If you've got a gun pointed at me and you don't want people to react in a way that is bad for you, wouldn't it be less suspicious if I'm on my phone?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like,
Doesn't
think
mean
it
he's thinking
through.
right at that point. Like that, if you're doing that, you're probably not in the right mindset in the first place.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, that's fair, but some crazy people can understand logic and reasoning. They may not, react and think it in the way you are, but if you explain it, they might understand it.
Yeah, but if you explain it, they could also be like, "Stop talking. You're making me more worried about it." Like, it's not necessarily good either. There,
Right.
and not
And
necessarily
then
the
all
kind
of
of
a
person you want to
sudden, they're
logic with.
Han Solo and you're Greedo.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone have anything they want to add for the topic of anger, pain, and impulse?
No.
Fair enough. All right. It's time for the light at the end of the tunnel. We managed to condense this one instead of going over. We're good. Boys, your light at the end of the tunnel question for this episode is, after everything you've been through, anger, pain, mistakes, impulses, and regrets, what's something that still makes life feel worth continuing?
I don't know, man. Like, I'll say like love in the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I think it's valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Mike, Thorn, your answers.
Yeah, I mean, not too far from what he was saying. Just due to happiness. That's pretty much it. When I mean, everyone's got their own opinion of what that is. So, I could give what things that make me happy, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. I just like to stay alive for the people around me and the things I take care of.
Yeah.
Fair
Like
enough.
the ability to find what makes you happy, and like, because it's hard to think of in that moment sometimes when you're really feeling about hating everything, but it's still worth trying to find that something that makes it more enjoyable for your life, whatever that may be. Being more positive, yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. This is going to sound sad and sappy, but just the fact that there are people that would be sad if I was gone. So I'm still here for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I keep it 100. If no one gave a shit if I was gone, I would not be here right now.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right.
I agree. Sorry, my mic was muted.
Jake's like, I think you should be gone. Fuck you.
Oh, that's not what I said.
Damn.
That is not
That sounds like what he
Yeah,
said.
if you're at that point, bro, you may as well, right? That's basically what he was saying.
That's not what I said, Joey.
That's what he said.
All right. All right, it's time for the outro. First or most random thing on your mind. Let's start with Jake.
Sorry, I was stretching.
So that's not your closing words.
That whole sentence can be my closing words.
Okay, closing sound for Jake. Mike, what are your closing words?
Life is worth living.
Oddly, some of the most wholesome ones we've ever gotten out of you.
Yeah.
Thorn, what are your closing words? First and most random thing on your mind.
Love yourself.
You need to
Fair
love
enough.
yourself now.
This has been the Internet Bum Show. You can find Mike twitch.tv/shut_yo_face. You can find Jake twitch.tv/underpassjoe. That's underpassjoh. Thorn, you don't have anything you want to plug, do you?
No, I'm good. I appreciate it.
When are you starting that streaming career?
I'm not entertaining enough.
You don't want to
Neither am I.
fucking stream, you don't want to stream dicking down people on Marvel Rivals?
No. I am but a humble man.
Well, damn, that is a shame. This has been the Internet Bum Show. We've been Jake, Mike, Thorn, and I am your host, Christian. As far as my closing words, if you or someone you know is in dire straits with mental health, and you are in the United States or Canada, also known as the 51st state, one day,
Don't you dare.
the number to call is 988. There's always time to get help until you run out of that time. Thank you and good night.
Good night. Right, good night.
Getting cheated on taught me that bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.